Hello everyone, it's Gallic from Noctua Owl Gaming. Welcome to my channel. Hope everything is going well today. I wanted to do another non-achievement run and just have fun time, so I decided to pick Mewar. It's a fun start, and while you are a smaller nation than those around you, you get a big economic advantage by having the only gold mine in the area. Unless you count Goosh, and that's a glacial province and nobody's got time for that. With our special units and our definitely aged mission tree, we will go to unite Rajputana. So let's get to the gameplay and do enjoy. Here we are as Mewar. We do have rebels that do start out in our lands in the beginning here. Let's go ahead and go over our ideas real quick. We get minus 20% infantry cost, plus 10% infantry combat ability, minus 0.03 monthly war exhaustion when we get all our ideas. We also get yearly army tradition minus 1%, yearly prestige plus 1, fort maintenance defense plus 15%, development cost minus 10%, national manpower modifier plus 15%, land fire damage plus 10%, as well as discipline plus 5%. Now, Mewar is great because military speaking, they are strong. You got the infantry combat ability, you got the land fire damage later on in the game, you have manpower recovery speed modifier, yearly army tradition, discipline. It's all really good. They do have a little bit of economic with your development, as well as some good decent defense. That fort defense can slow things down, especially when you go in your states here and turn on fort defense, so you can get up to above 50%, so it just really bogs them down there, which is great. I did start I forgot to start recording, so I did a couple of my estates here. You do start with about 45% or 50% controlled land, which is great as Mewar, because that means you could give the Rajputs their stuff to get them, because they do have a special unit of Rajput infantry. They get plus 5% morale of armies. Reinforcement cost minus 50%, which is fantastic, and regiment drill loss minus 25%. So you can drill them up and keep them drilled longer, which is really good. It used to be stronger. I think morale of armies used to be 10% back in the day, I do believe. I think they nerfed them a little later on, but they still are good units. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my privileges, try to figure out if I can get some allies, and then I will see you when I'm done there, and we'll probably figure out where to go then. So I'll see you then. As Hindu, you have different as Hindu, what you do is you pick a god. I haven't picked a god yet, and so it gave me this pop-up here. So when you're picking a god, it lasts as long as your rulers, until his death, I should say, and it's really good. You have core creation cost minus 10%, aggressive expansion impact minus 5%, and you got diplomatic reputation plus 1, improved relations plus 20, trade efficiency, natural task modifier plus 10, construction cost minus 10, interest minus 0.25, you have discipline plus 5, siege ability plus 5, missionary strength plus 2, fort defense plus 20%. All these are really good, and I do believe once you pick one, you can get a decision to change out of it. It might have to be a couple years for, like, it probably has to be active for a while before you can do it, but we can check when we pick. But I'm gonna go ahead and do core creation costs and aggressive AE impact here, because core creation just lets you save on admin, and admin is actually really useful for growth at the beginning, so that's kind of why I want to do it. None of these are bad. Maybe except construction costs right at the beginning of the game, because you can't really build buildings, but later on when you're building a lot of buildings, you save a lot of money that way. Of course, you got discipline for combat, you have improved relations for when you're trying to, you know, lower AE, and you could stack it even more. It's all really good. It really is. So we'll go ahead and pick Shiva here, and if we do look, we could choose it again, but it has to be an estate privilege. Oh, okay. So we just need to turn on an estate privilege from probably Brahmins right here. Yeah, right here. And you lose 25 legitimacy or equivalent for other governments. All right, that's cool, and that could be really useful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So if I want to change it at the cost of legitimacy, then I can. So that's what's really cool. My first war is gonna definitely be on Hutch here because I got a mission from an agenda. There we go, an agenda from one of my guys here, and it was to take a port. And I said yes because I knew that was gonna be a pretty easy one. They're only allied to Portbander, and I believe they are right there, so we might just annex all 4 of them. I am trying to get an alliance with Vaj here, and when I do that, I'll probably go to war. I may go to war beforehand and just let them improve relations, but you do want to get some alliances. Right now I'm alliance-less, and I don't want to get dogpiled on by someone else. So yeah, as soon as I at least get a Royal Mary, I'll go to war. So I just got my alliance with Vij down here. We're gonna go to war with Kutch, but I did want to say that in Mewar, we actually do have a gold mine. So we do start with a gold mine. I think it's the only one in India. So Mewar is kind of like, even though they're small, they can become a major powerhouse. That being said, we're going to go ahead and go to war with Kutch here. And we're going to declare war. We're going to co-belligerent him, and we're going to take all 4 of these lands here. So let's get this started. I wanted to get Gujarat, and I was building the spy network on them. And then I just got a boundary dispute, which makes it a lot easier to do. So I now get a claim on Patan here. Our war with Kutch is over, so we're going to go ahead and just fully annex them. There we go. We're gonna core this up. Boom. We can see, I do want to pick Sind as a rival and go to war with Gujarat, as well as make him one. And then my idea is to take these trade areas from them, right? And then maybe humiliate them if I can. We'll see if we can do that or not. But for now, we'll go ahead and let this get annexed. That way, when they do come over, they will siege this down. So right now, we're just gonna recover a little, and then I will see you when I declare war on Gujarat. We're gonna go ahead and declare war on Sind here. I would love to co-belligerent Gujarat, but unfortunately, he picked up Yampur as an ally, so that's not gonna happen. If I could have Vij, and in the war, I might have done it, but even then, that would still be a little iffy. So what we're gonna do is declare war on Sind, and then we're gonna break his alliance with Yampur. I'm assuming he'll be eaten in, but whoever he gets eaten by, maybe we'll have a better chance of attacking him. So that's no big deal. So let's go ahead and just take Fata here for his capital, and we'll take at least these 4, and probably humiliate him because we want to get power projection. If we get above 50, we get +1 in all mana points. That's kind of what I'm after. And I just got Tech 4, so I'm going to be able to do this pretty easily. Oh, hello. Yeah, like I said, right there. See? And yeah, that's pretty much the war over. So I'm going to go ahead and carpet siege this, and we'll get down to Gujarat, and we'll finish that out too. So our war with Sind is over. It took a little while to piece out of here because this level 3 fort here killed me. I did not want to fall. But we got there. I took 1 land from Gujarat here, and we're going to go ahead and take this land away from Sind here. Go ahead and do that, and we'll core it up. Along the way, I did dev the gold mine to 10 now. So we're at 10. So now I'm gonna save my mana and get these 2 in the next text here, and Diplo and Adminiv. And then what we're gonna do is get the Renaissance to spawn somewhere over here. I'm not sure where, probably here in this grassland, because our capital is gonna be rather expensive, but we'll see. So my next plan is to attack these guys down here. They don't have any allies. Nobody has any claims on them except me and Gujarat. So if I see Gujarat declare war, I'll go ahead and just hop on him real quick because it'll take 2. We'll get it really quickly. So when something happens, I'll be sure to tell you what's going on. Not a lot has been going on. Unfortunately, these guys allied Vish here, which is fine. I did pick up these 3 as vassals. You see I got 3 more vassals here. So I haven't been not doing anything. I'm just saving up some mana to be able to start deving here. I'm gonna dev down here for the Renaissance. I am annexing this because I can and I need a mission, and I almost forgot to turn on the integration policy, but thankfully I have an agenda here which won't give me the penalty for it. So there we go. I don't get the penalty for it. That gets finished. That's good. I was trying to see if I can get minus 10% dev cost, but I think the reason why I don't is because these guys give minus 5 no matter what. So nobody gives dev cost here, unfortunately. That's okay. We don't really need it. So I'm gonna go ahead and dev this up. Then if anything, our next war might be with Gujarat, because right now I either fight Bengal, and that's just a mess. I'm not sure Vish right here will really help too much. While they're kind of even, it's really a toss-up because these guys have 14, and I could easily take out these guys, but I just don't see it worth fighting all that. So I'll just keep building up my economy here, and we'll go from there. For the tier 2 government reform, I'm going to go ahead and strengthen noble privileges because we need that manpower recovery speed. I was tempted to do stability cost because I do need to get my stab up twice, but then I'd have to flip it. I don't think it's worth the government reform. So we'll just do strengthen noble privileges. So we finally got order of the domain done. You had to get 2 stability. Unfortunately, I was hoping for a free one. I did get 1 free one, but before that I lost one. So at least it evened out. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. We get a whole bunch of permanent claims now down in this area, which is great. I wish it was only 1 stability. I don't know why they did 2. It makes it a lot harder to do. So then after that, we just start rolling through now. Now I need to also get this Rajput one is an interesting one because you need livestock provinces, which is interesting. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. We'll do some conquering and then just keep moving on. Now that we have permanent claims, like in the beginning, it's almost like it was the old school play style where you had to build claims up before you did anything. So a lot of the mission trees now just kind of give you claims for a lot of stuff, or basically building like up to your land force limit. Even like missions that are from small nations get permanent, at least claims on everybody really quickly now. Mewar is like in that old state where they were just getting mission trees. So it's really interesting to play as. We're going to go ahead and declare war on Malwa here. I'm probably going to annex this little guy right here just to get him out of our hair. They're going to bring in Bengal, but I think we have enough. Delhi is the weaker one out of all of us, but we should still be okay. So let's go ahead and get this started. The war with Malwa is over. We're going to go ahead and annex all the land that we have claims on here. That way it's cheaper to core. We didn't get too much aggressive expansion with everybody around us. Yampur did make it up above there, but we have a truce with Malwa as well as Gujarat, so it can't form until both of these guys have their truce down. So it's going to decay down before he even gets to form it. He's gonna be interesting. I'm just using Delhi to fight people right now, but eventually I am going to attack Yampur probably by myself and take lands and isolate Delhi and then take Delhi over. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and cool down. We do want to save up our admin now and get the next tech so we can get our next idea. It's gonna more likely be offensive because it's one of my favorite starting ones. For sieges as well as land force limit. We just got our idea unlocked, and I am going to do offensive because it's one of my favorite ones to do. I love getting better generals, and it's always a great help. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. We are going to wait till we get the next tech. So it's come to my attention that which I completely forgot about. As India, you actually get fire pips really early. Like as you see here, we do get fire pips. So we technically are doing fire damage right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the strength and the noble privileges and go to curtail. Because what I want to do is give him a couple more privileges here. I want to give him right here where it does 10% more damage with Rajput units, which we're going to get more of those later on, which is great. And I want to get a land fire leader right here. So I'm going to do these two right now. So then that way I don't have to worry about it later. For our first Age of Discovery ability, we're definitely going to get Justified Wars, because why wouldn't we? I wasn't sure if Fossadine got taken yet or not, so I decided to take a gamble on it, and they did not have it yet. So I did have a gems right here in Halar, so I built it up to 15, and I got Fossadine. So gems are truly outrageous. We're going to go ahead and go to war with Gujarat. Our truce timer just came up. We will be taking his capital here, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We shouldn't have 2 hour time. I'm going to call all my allies in. Hopefully they'll be able to deal with the Emperor. I'm going to try to take the ones that I have claims on, and I'll just let Vaj take that. And then I have to swing over to Baluchistan and siege them down. Shouldn't be too hard of a war. Probably a little longer than I want it to be, but we got this. All right, I am in the middle of the war with Gujarat here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack this small guy right here, because quite frankly, this is pretty much the perfect time, because his ally Vij will not join him. Our war with this little guy right here, this little green guy, he's gonna be dead. I know I can't pronounce that, so I'm not even gonna try, but he's gonna go ahead and be annexed here. Now, I'm tempted to take all this land from him, but I'm not sure. Yeah, see, there's already so little people in India now that we're going to be okay just grabbing a lot of land. We're allied to two of the big guys, so they're not going to get any malices. And we could just bounce between everybody. So that's the nice thing about India. India is kind of like this weird thing where there's a bunch of big nations and a lot of little guys, just one province guys, and they all get eaten up in the beginning, and then it usually turns into like 4 or 5 big nations here. Like Bengal's usually one, Yampur or Delhi, sometimes both. Malwa or Mewar, either one of those two survive, never both. Gujarat will usually eats Mewar, and Malwa will go into Bahamas. So that's usually how it plays out. Orissa usually gets annexed by both Vij and Bengal. Some and a little bit of Bahamas, they like all pretty much annex them, but that's neither here nor there. But usually in these areas, that's how it is. We're gonna go ahead and just take all this from them. Oh, I almost forgot. We did get 2 missions done. I've been sitting on this one for a little while, so I might as well just click it now. So basically, that's going to give us cavalry cost discipline plus 2.5%. Yeah, and then we're going to get a whole bunch of claims to our north here in Delhi. I should probably break our alliance with Delhi. I should have just rivaled them, but I just rivaled Bengal like a goober. So what we'll do is I'm grabbing these guys as vassals in the top here, because I might as well. Free land, basically free real estate, and then as well as we could complete this one, which gives us more manpower recovery speed and gives us 30 army tradition. It's gonna double our army tradition just with the click of the button, which is really nice. And now I just need to unite our nation by just taking these right here, and we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and go to war with Yampur. I'm gonna go ahead and probably fully annex Multan. I'm gonna go ahead and call him in. I am tech 7 and everybody else is 5 and 4 around me, so I am just going to steamroll through everything. I spawned the Renaissance over here, and I did not give it to nobody. I did not do that at all, so I'm the only one that has it. Because if you I believe if we look right here, it's just barely getting into people's lands, just barely. So yeah, I didn't let it grow over here at all. I probably will call in Delhi right after I siege all this down. I may not, Because once I take that, Delhi would probably flip towards hostile towards me, which is perfectly fine. So we're gonna go ahead and take this land up here. Fight for this land. It's the highest development. I might take like all this in this area, but let's go ahead and get this war started here. For our second point in our age ability, we're gonna go ahead and get adaptive combat trained, because if you look, we're in hills. I have forts in a lot of hills, and then all my vassals have hills. So yeah, we get a +1 to all our rules in hills, so that's gonna help out. We're gonna go ahead and end our war with Yampur. We've been sitting call for peace because I wanted to get Bengal out of the coalition, so it's just these guys. No big deal with who they are. I'm taking this because I want the center of trade there, so we're gonna go ahead and end the war now. And just when I was able to almost get my new ideas, we're gonna go ahead and make it so it's impossible. So I'm gonna go ahead and chill for a moment. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to release Punjabi out of here. Punjab, here it is. And then that way we could do a reconquest onto Delhi. Because if you look right here, there's all these cores, and these are expensive lands. Like just to get all this would be really expensive in AE and everything, and this will make it a lot cheaper to do. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and go with tier 3 government reform because I am using a lot of vassals, and we'll be able to get a little bit more units out of it because of it. If I make them bigger, we'll probably get more as well. But yeah, no big deal. For my next idea, I think we're gonna do religious, and one of the reasons why is because while Hindu is nice, for some reason I want to go Sikh. So if it shows up, I'm gonna take Sikh, and I'm gonna convert to it. We're gonna go ahead and declare war on Lahore here. I want to get that for Punjab, and I know that's the highest development, so it's best to fight for that one. We're still tech ahead on them, so we're doing good. I'm gonna call in Viz here to hopefully help fight Bengal, and then when I hit Delhi, I'll probably head up to Trans and fight them. So we'll go ahead and declare this war here and get this started. I gotta watch out for this 27k stack that they have here. So the war with Delhi is now over. We're just gonna end it. We're gonna return all the provinces to Punjab, and then we're going to take some things for ourselves. And there's our war with Delhi. It looks like we might be able to kill them off in the next war. If they don't develop, if they do, then it might be a little harder. I was looking around earlier and I noticed that Thana actually had someone I could release, and he has quite a few cores over here in India, so we're gonna go ahead and release them and take this from Bahamanas. And I'm gonna call in Vish down here to take care of Kate, and then that way I could just annex all of him and he'll be happy, and I will take the this part of Bahamanas. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so the war is over with Bahamanas. Unfortunately, Vijayanagar here never sieged down Kate, like at all. Just left him alone the whole time. It was crazy. But that's okay. We don't really need him to grow more. So I'll be able to take all this land in the north and all this land for my vassal. Same people who are in the coalition, not too much. So we'll go ahead and just annex all that. Now, one of the reasons why I'm glad that I get to stop doing this right now, stop the war right now, because I just noticed that the Sikh religion is here. They have morale armies plus 10%, and you get military technology minus 10%. Now, I do think that Hindu is better, like, because you're more flexible, you could change it, all that fun stuff, but I don't know. I think I just want to go Sikh. So let's go ahead and get our guys going here, and we'll go ahead and convert everything. When I changed over to Sikh, I lost my other 2 estates that I had here. Now I have the nobility and gurus, which is our religion now. We're gonna go ahead and give them the admin and all that. I'll get this all sorted out, but just so you know, that did happen. I just noticed a national decision here, and it's called Save the Burning World. Our faith was born seeking unity where there was discord and the belief that God was above religious divides of the world. However, if we are to put the fires of sin in this world. We need people to embrace the truth. Missionary strength plus 3%. That is really powerful. That is like stupidly powerful. Finally finished offensive ideas. It took me forever. One of my good leaders died and I had a regency that was a 3-1-1 and it was just killer, man. But we got there, we did it. Right now we have a 5-3-3, so that 5 is gonna really help us with our idea, a religious idea here, and keep us ahead on tech. So that's great. Now we just need to catch up on military tech. I just got Radical Reforms, which is an awesome event. You can only get it once per game, and it's where you have a yearly inflation reduction guy and a trade efficiency guy. And you get to pick what you want to pick out of all this. You always go with get out of there, both of you. But what you do is you cheekily fire these two. And now you don't have to worry about that. You can get those two back. So you can still have your inflation guy, and you can still have your half off level 2 guy if you have one like me. Alright, so I finally finished this mission. It takes a while to get there because you have to have livestock, enough training fields and barracks and all that fun stuff, and actually having them at 70 influence and loyalty. It's not the greatest, but it is done. It's like I said earlier, the mission trees for Mewar is old. It's like right when they started implementing them, so you can see now how powerful they are compared to like this tree. It's still a really good tree though. It does give you permanent claims. You just have to work a little bit more than the others. We're gonna take this opportunity to declare war on Delhi. Hopefully his war with Chagate will end, but I did notice that trans won't come in, so I'm definitely gonna do it. Wish I could declare for Delhi, but we only have these over here right now. So actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and take Panipit as well in this, and maybe I'll give it to my vassal so I don't have to pay admin for it, and it'll still be cheap enough. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. The war with Delhi is over. We're just gonna fully annex him here and call it good. We're gonna take also 15 ducats because we need it. So our war with Delhi just got over, and Mewar decided, hey, I'm gonna join a coalition, and I am here to tell him, no, you're not. For our tier 4, we're gonna go ahead and abolish the castes. And seizing crown land does not cause revolts. That's amazing. Stability cost modifier minus 20%. Again, amazing. And all states' influence is reduced by 15%. That is insane. That just makes that so much easier for all of them. So the war with Mewar is over. I'm just going to take these 3 things. I don't want much. I just wanted to basically see if attacking him would stop the coalition. It did not. Spoiler. I just wanted those 3 provinces from Mewar because I could finish this mission, which gives us permanent claims on everything. Pretty much what I already have, it looks like. So yeah, we just get right there and more into Mewar and Bahamas. So that's nice. We just got a little ways to go here to do what I wanted to accomplish. I didn't say it earlier, but the thing I wanted to do this mission was unite the Rajputs, and we're almost there. We just need to get over to Varanasi, and I'm pretty much done with the goal. After uniting the Rajputana, I just noticed I have 2 more missions. We have reclaiming Delhi, which makes it so looks like we devastate Delhi and move stuff to our capital, which honestly isn't that good of a capital, but we'll do it anyways. And then we also get more claims, and we'll conquer Punjab for well, pretty much goods produce modifier. The recovery speed is okay. We get to finally click the last one in religious ideas. And we get missionary strength versus heretics and religious unit plus 20%, which I kind of needed because my religious unity is struggling, as well as getting more missionary strength against heretics is really nice, which is Hindu. So that'll help clean up the rest of this. We are going to go ahead and declare war. We're going to do a show superiority war, and we're going to just take these 4 lands right here. We're gonna call in Viz. Hopefully he'll do something this time. He really didn't last time, but we will see. Let's go ahead and get this started here. And that's the war with Bahamas. We're Just gonna take what I said earlier and annul the guarantee, and that's that. Now we're gonna move on to fighting Yanpor here. As soon as my troops get up here, I will be declaring war. We are gonna go ahead and declare war on Yanpor now. We're just gonna, I don't know if I'll fully annex them, we'll see. It's no big deal if we do or not. It all depends how much administrative power I have. We don't need to call in Viz here. So let's get this started. Alright, our war with Yanpor is over. And we're just gonna take all this. The coalition is Malwa, Yanpor, Bengal, Chagati, Timur. You know, the same old people. So we'll go ahead and just do that. We're gonna go ahead and declare war on Baluchistan here. Now what I want to do is I just want to have this fort right here in Baluchistan, and Kalat, I mean. I'm gonna take these four behind it because I just want to make it so if people do go to war with me, they can't just slip through here and get into these lands that are unprotected. I have all these forts. They're like surrounding my land everywhere else, and it's just empty over here. So I just want to fix that. I do want to go to war with the Timurids, and I'll kind of stop them from being in the coalition. I might go over there and see what I can get. I might actually take the war a little longer. So, but for now, let's go ahead and start this war. And I also noticed that I could pick that guy off, so I definitely wanted to do that. So I just sat here and held Baluchistan. I did not want to go all the way around or sit on this mountain, so I just let it just tick down. I wasn't in a hurry to go anywhere. They're gonna get 100%. We are going to also annul his alliance with them, so it's at 94%. That's great. That means we will have a long truce with Timurids as well, and that's what I was really after. That in the land. It's always nice. And I just got Tech 10, so that means that I do believe we can unite the Rajputs. And there we go, we have now become the Rajputana, which is really cool. I'm not sure the missions or anything changes. I'm pretty sure you still stay like Mewar for the missions. I don't think you get anything new. Well, we do get Conquered Sin. That's nice. Go ahead and finish that. I do believe we get new ideas, which are better. They're still military focused, but there's just slight tweaks to it. Like you don't get infantry combat, you get cavalry. So you can switch to cavalry, and if you know you're gonna do it, you can get cavalry based stuff for later. But instead, now you get morale of armies plus 10. You get a free military policy, which is kind of cool. That means you get to save a military mana 1 point each month, so you can have 2 free ones. When you get all your ideas, you get discipline. Discipline's always great. You get core creation cost minus 15%, national manpower modifier plus 15%, cavalry combat ability plus 15%, movement speed plus 10%, and you also get land fire shock damage plus 10%. Then you get tolerance of the true faith. Then you get artillery cost minus 15%, which will go well with your your government reform if you decide to go military engineering, which you can. That's still viable. I was gonna go for Rajput so I can have more Rajput things, but this is still really good, and that means you'll get 25% artillery costs, which is really nice. And then then the last one is you get yearly legitimacy. Now legitimacy is like okay, it's like not the strongest thing, but it is nice that it be capped on legitimacy because it does help with, you know, unrest and diplo and whatnot. So, but I think I'm gonna end it here. Playing in India is a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot different than Europe, obviously, because the major players all are bunched up, and what's really weird is just how everything falls together. Like Bengal really didn't attack anybody. This is a really chill campaign. Like nobody really in India grew. Delhi never really grew. Yampur never really grew. They never like attacked each other like they normally do. Bengal was also really quiet. I was allied to Viz the whole time. He never declared war on Bahamanis. That's crazy. They usually kill one another really, really, really quickly and early. He even left Kot down there. Kate down there. It's crazy, but it was a lot of fun starting this Mewar and just growing over here in my trade node and expanding. They definitely are a good powerhouse in the region, and it would be interesting to see how well you can fight the Europeans. But that's going to be it for me today. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a good morning, a good evening, or a good night. Bye.